Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. What's up, everybody? Big Herc, fresh out. You're tuning in another edition of Prison Talk. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't be a damn weenie. I got the homie here, Young Dirt from SAC. You know what I mean? We out here chilling and shit. DPH, deepest part of hell, what they used to call it. You know what I'm saying? And we chopping it up, man. I'm, sharing some questions. And you guys ask me a lot of questions I can't speak on because I haven't been in every situation. But, my partner here, man, he's been through a lot and he has a lot to share. Young Dirt, man, I want to ask you, man, about like prison economics, man, because I know that's a big thing, and a lot of people, they're curious about like how does the person survive in there, what is the prison economy based on, and a lot of times, the guards are even involved in it, in the warden, because it's part of the economics of the institution. I mean, if it wasn't the drugs wasn't in there, they couldn't run the prison like they run it. So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Without exposing too much.
We don't want to expose. Let them figure it out. But
I can tell you about my experiences, so hopefully you get an idea. But basically, I'm a hustler by trade, so I do whatever it takes to achieve the best result. So I was in there. I sold crystal, I sold weed, I sold heroin, whatever it was, because that's what makes the yard go. Because you have a yard of miserable, mad people looking for an escape. And they have jobs, like PIA jobs. Mm-hmm. I mean, they making big money.
Now, what are the PIA jobs?
Prison Industries Authority.
There you go.
So basically, that's
like unicorn to feds.
Right. So, because on the yards, you'll get a regular trade job, you're gonna make 14 cents. But you get a PIA job, you're gonna be making 50, 60, some people make $1 an hour. So, and that's where the money is. If they're bringing in 150 a month and they got a habit, I'm gonna find out. So whatever your habit is, I wanna make sure I can help you. So basically, I brought that mentality out here. I wanna take that mentality, that whole chassis, and use it for something positive out here. Mm-hmm. Because people always told me in there, man, you hustle pretty damn good. You good, but you need to be doing legal stuff. So that's why I came out here trying to do it legal.
So you were able to take a lot of the skill set you had learned as far as just through hustling in prison to make ends meet, and you basically, it's just flipping it out here to the legit world.
Yes, because you're a businessman. In prison, I had to deal with Southsiders, whites, Bay Area.
Now hold up. You're saying all these different races now. When it comes to drugs, everybody dealing with everybody.
Everybody dealing with everybody.
So it's a little different.
So you got to be able to speak many different languages and be able to communicate effectively with these other races, because at any given time it can go bad. So your business got to be on the up and up as well as theirs. So if you have a bad reputation, the one on the yard that got the money ain't even gonna think to approach you. But if you got an up and up person, if you got an up and up name, because prison is about respect, then they'll find that the money will find its way to itself. So I did all right.
So on an average prison yard, how much money you think is flowed through there, man?
Man, hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands.
And I tell people all the time, they like, well, they bring it in through this and that, where I'm not gonna get into, you guys figure out that part, but I mean, how involved are the people who work, the staff? They just as involved as the people?
I mean, yeah, because
selling it.
Like I say, money talk.
There you go.
Money talking, everybody ain't strong enough to resist it as others. So, hey, that's how they do it. Like, I mean, phones is taxing right now. I talked to the homie in Salinas the other day. He was like, man, they like $2,500.
Damn.
I'm like, 2,500. I said, well, how much a flip phone go for? We talking about the old school flip phones. They're like 1,500.
Damn. So a motherfucker with a phone up in there, he doing big things.
I stayed with a phone. It's like we're removed from this, and this is some new stuff too. They just passed legislation. I talked to the homie this morning. No good. And basically, he said that they passed legislation where they're not going to deny people that have life sentences that are getting out. They're not going to deny you from getting out for a cell phone, for trying to reach out and talk to your loved ones.
Yeah,
Because
communication.
Man, there was a time when they was banging us. We would get caught with phones in there. They was banging us and making us do 120 days that we can't get back. But like some write-ups, like 90 days or less, you can get the time back. But 120 days and better, you're not getting that back. So add that onto your sentence.
And how important is that communication, man? I tell people all the time, a letter, communicate with somebody, that might be something that says yay or nay as far as you say on the yard one day, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the turning point.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, letter writing is outdated now. Letter writing outdated. So in order for us to keep up and be able to communicate effectively with our loved ones on the streets, you have to find somebody with a phone, or you have to get the money to get your own phone. It's now you're not in there. Damn near you're not living. You're like in a throwback prison 1970, 80 penitentiary lifestyle if you don't have access to no phone.
So damn near everybody's got to have something as far as just to stay up to date with technology. What's going on in the world, huh?
Yeah, that's having a phone in there is basic.
Wow.
That's basic. I done had 3 at one time and had the musical phone
Oh,
with different cells.
oh shit. So there you guys have it, man. I mean, you ask a lot about, economics, and I know, like, a lot of people think that just because you went through some hard times, you're not supposed to have bounce back, man. Like, people are like, Big Herc, you always talk about hustling. Why don't you talk about getting a job? I'm like, dude, why are you watching the channel? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You mad because you out here and you got this guy who done popped out here, a young man like yourself, intelligent, who's getting it, and it's like they want you to be riding a Greyhound bus. They want you to be busted when you get out here,
Yeah.
but that's not you.
Yeah. So, and here's a sad reality. When I came home at 33 years old, mentally, I was probably like 23, 24. And I found myself sleeping on my mama floor with my wife, trying to figure it out. And it took me almost 10 months to figure it out. People coming in the house, like my uncle bring his friends over, they walking by, excuse me, because I'm sleep on the floor with wife. Or they don't see me, they see wife over there, they come in there like, ooh, who that? And I gotta pop up from the covers like, hey man.
Oh shit.
So after enough of that, I was like, man, I got to figure this out.
Yeah.
And I noticed expectations ain't too high coming home after doing 17 years, but I put them high for myself. So once I got a job and got up out there, we got our own apartment. But coming home and after 17, oh man, I wouldn't wish it on nobody, but it's a beautiful experience being reborn though. I will say that.
I tell people all the time, it's like the greatest day of my life, man, when they call you to those gates, and, 'cause you never leave unless you get transported. And when they actually call you to leave, and you getting a ride down to the station, man, you like, fuck, I'm free?
Man.
Shit, man.
I think I saw myself getting out about 100 times in my mind
man.
before I finally did. So when I finally did, it seemed natural.
It's like overwhelming, man.
I jumped in the car and drove. There's this place out in Old Folsom, like the exit away, it's called Hazel Peak, and it overlooks Folsom Lake or the Folsom Dam. I went right there, blew me a backwood. It was like, all right, now let's get this started. And it's only been 4 months, but it seemed like I done lived a lifetime in that only 4 months.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. Congratulations on that, man. Young Dirt, Big Herc, Prison Talk. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.